There was a man named Daniel. He lived in a small town where everyone knew each other's business. Daniel wasn't rich, nor did he seem to have much going on in his life. He lived in a tiny apartment above a dusty old bookstore and worked as a night janitor in the local community center. People often saw him wandering the streets with old grocery bags filled with food, blankets, and second-hand clothes. He would hand them to the homeless and to struggling families. To most people, this seemed strange. They whispered behind his back, calling him crazy. Why would someone with so little give away what they have, they asked. Some said he was just trying to get attention, others claimed he was a fool who didn't know how to take care of himself. Daniel never argued, never explained, and never asked for anything in return. He simply smiled and continued his quiet acts of kindness. One winter evening, when the snow fell thick and the wind cut like ice, Daniel was seen walking through the streets again, carrying bags heavier than usual. A group of men at a cafe watched him from the window and laughed, calling him the crazy charity man. But that night, something happened that would begin to change everything. A young reporter named Claire, new to town, had been looking for a human interest story. She saw Daniel walking into a dark alley where a small group of homeless people were huddled together under an old tarp. She followed at a distance and watched him distribute fresh bread, warm coats, and even small packages wrapped with ribbons. The homeless group's faces lit up, and for a moment, they forgot the cold. Claire was moved, but she also wanted to know why a man who clearly wasn't well off would dedicate his life to helping strangers. The next day, she approached Daniel and asked for an interview. At first, he refused. "It's not about me," he said softly. But eventually, he agreed, under one condition, that the story focus on the people he helped, not on him. Claire accepted, but as she spoke with him, bits of his past began to emerge. Years ago, Daniel had been a successful businessman in the city. He had a family, a big house, and more money than he could spend. But one rainy night, his wife and daughter were in a car accident caused by a drunk driver. They didn't survive. The loss shattered him. For months, he wandered aimlessly, questioning the meaning of life. Then one night, while sitting on a park bench, he shared his sandwich with a homeless man. That simple act, and the gratitude he saw in the man's eyes, sparked something in Daniel. From then on, he decided to dedicate the rest of his life to helping those in need. He sold his house, gave most of his money to charities, and moved to the small town where no one knew his past. When Claire published the story, the whole town was stunned. The same people who had called him crazy now saw him for what he truly was, a man who had turned unimaginable pain into a lifetime of kindness. Neighbors began offering to help, donations poured in, and even the men from the cafe joined him on his rounds. Daniel never asked for their praise. All he wanted was to keep giving, one small act at a time. And in the end, the man they once laughed at became the heart of the community, proving that sometimes, the people we least understand are the ones who teach us the most about humanity. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.